to Worship Tutorials. I'm Bradford. Thank you for joining us in this video. This is a patch demonstration explanation of our Tyler HM30 Ty HM30 Tone Match patch. You got two channels here, of course. We give you both of those in different patches, so you actually get 4 patches, single coil and humbucker for each channel. Channel 1 is a 12AX7 channel, more like an AC30, more chime. The 12AX7 channel on these amps, they have more chime. They cut a little bit more than I would say an AC30 does, whereas the EF86 channel is a little thicker and gainier than I would say a Vox AC30 is. So it's like they sit like on opposite ends. AC30 here, EF86 here, 12AX7 here, or however you want to look at it. But that's kind of how I'd say it. So if you like a thicker nature than AC30, the EF86 may be for you. If you really like chime and that's how you kind of hear an AC30, then the 12AX7 channel may be for you. So we're going to start there. I'm actually using the humbucker patch. This Sir HSS guitar, I don't know what they do. They must use like caps and stuff with the pots because I'm on the humbucker setting. So as we always say, use your ears to pick what sounds good to you. I'm going to start with just the neck pickup here. Sounds like a Strat on the channel 1. Here's the bridge. This isn't a Sir Asato bucker. It's a lower output thornbucker kind of thing. But here's your King of Tone. It's my favorite first gain kind of drive. It sounds really great on the bridge. If you switch to the neck, it really beefs up. So it's nice. I love using a King of Tone in that way, because if I'm on the neck, switch to the bridge, it's very versatile. Next in our drives is a Tube Screamer-esque. It's the plumes, or the pillars. It just came out in the newest update, which gives me an opportunity to say, you need to make sure HX Edit and your unit are on 3.50. But here's the plumes. Bridge pickup, nothing. Plumes. I would say, if you do not like Tube Screamers, and the big reason is because you feel like it thins things out, you should try this thing because it gives you some bottom end. Funny enough, I also think it has more gain than the Rat. Here's the plumes. Here's the Rat again. The Rat just isn't as thick. It's crazy. But it's there as well if you want to get more of a distortion sound. Of course, we have 3 different choices of delays. Our typical setup is an eighth, dotted eighth, and a dual, and the mix gets a little hotter as you go up too. So this is more the eighth, more for like your standard always on. Nice little bit of ambience. If you want something that's not verb, verb can get kind of weird when you play real tough and you put a lot of gain into it. It can get kind of shiny, and that's kind of how verb works. So if you need some ambience but don't want verb, try a lower mixed eighth delay, or any really delay, with longer feedback. And it kind of, especially if you get into modulation on it, gives you some nice tone. That was a dotted eighth. Here is our dual. That's quarter and dotted eighth. We switch up between quarter and eighth. You could change that if you want, real easy. Just go to the left time and just change the quarter to eighth, or vice versa, depending on what the patch is. I would say that you really don't need to adjust anything else if you really want that sound. Just turn the time and you're good to go. As always, as well, we have some mods. Trem is a favorite. I would say in a mix, this is some free effects. I'm just giving lots of effects advice in this video. In a mix, you may realize you need it to be deeper. The trem needs to have a higher depth than you think on your own, because it's going to kind of get lost in the mix. Also, if you lock your trem to tempo, it's going to dip on beat, which what happens on beat? Chord changes and snare hits and kick and whatnot. So if your trem is locked on beat in a mix, unless your guitar is like really hot, it's almost going to sound like it's just ducking and making room for another instrument to kind of be prominent. There's some side chaining stuff people do with the kick and bass. That way, especially like a throbbing synth bass, that way when the kick comes, it kind of dips the synth and the kick is more prominent, that kind of thing. So I'd say with tremolo, if you just leave it a little off beat and you don't sync it to tempo, it's going to sound a little better because it's going to be more of an effect. If you're playing with click especially, you're not going to get lost. But a lot of people, trem didn't always have tap tempo functions. People just dial it in, especially on amps. Sounds real nice. Here's our chorus. It's chorus. What more do you need to know? Snap-wise, on our patches, this is pretty standard. Clean, drive 1, drive plus. Praise and worship lead is what we call it. But let me just show you. I'll just go up so you can hear the changes in gain. Some like terrible rendition of "We Wish You a Merry Christmas." Christmas music is in my head right now. Ambi clean, ambi mod. Real difference is delay and chorus. Then we do a pog lead. And of course, swells. All right, let me move us right along into channel 2. Again, it's a little thicker. Actually, you know what? Let me do this for you. Let me show you channel 1. It's clean sound. It's going to take a few seconds, so try to remember what this sounds like so you can hear the difference. So it sounds like maybe all it is it's a little more gain, but like I said, that channel is gainier and it's thicker. It's got more of a saturation, some more like lower mids. So again, here's the bass tone. That was the king of tone. Here's the plumes. That was the Rat, plumes, king of tone. Your drive options, they are a great pairing. If you really you just want some more flavor, try grabbing the amp and tone match from one and combining it with the other. It's not quite a jumped thing, but you get some different sound. We encourage you to do that anyways with any of our tone match patches. If you like, try the channel 1 of the Tyler with the AC30. If you have the WT Supreme, that patch is kind of already primed for that kind of style sound. As always, when we do these videos, they're primarily for Helix. That's our biggest clientele, so we showcase that. But this is available as well it's been out for Kemper, actually. It's one of the first few amps we did. It's a really cool amp. It's, like I said, it's Tyler's take on Matchless's take of an AC30. It's that kind of thing. It's different. They're still different. If you have our C30 patch, which is our matchless patch. They're still different. But as always, they're available for Fractal and Kemper as well. And then, of course, Stomp and Pod Go. The way it works for those is you get separate patches to make sure you get all the effects, because you can't put everything in those patches, but we'll give you as many patches as it takes to make sure you have all the same stuff. The Go patches are actually ready to go, so you could use them for a set. You got a button that turns on gain. You got a button that gains up the amp, so you can have 2 stages, well, 3 stages of drive actually. Gain on, amp juiced, and gain on. Got the delay, the reverb, and then we have 4 snapshots for you as well there. The Stomp is really ready to go if you're putting it at the end of your pedal board. But also there's 1,012 ways to utilize the Stomp. So you get all the other effects in there too, depending on how you'd like to do things. Links are below for that, for the other units, the other like family of products. On those product pages are SoundCloud links to show you how the patches sound on that unit. So you can check those out as well. Thank you so very much for checking out this patch. Hope you liked it. Hey, if you've ever, end up getting this and you check out this and the Matchless and our Vox and all that, just like take them for a spin and tell us what you think, and tell us what you hear different. But we thought we'd offer just a slightly different flavor, because we all need more Voxy style amps. There's not enough. More. Please and forever. See you guys next time.